Hey guys, welcome back to Strive to Survive. So, as you can see, we're not at our typical base right now. We're actually at the site of our next project. And obviously, it's in a swamp. Um, and obviously, I've already started doing work because, cobble doesn't just form in swamps like that. So, um, yeah, you guessed it. We're standing inside a witch spawner. So, I'll give you the coordinates of this just in case you're playing along and you want to find this witch hut. It's approximately x716 z negative 1779. It's actually, if you come out of the desert portal, turn to your right and head away from the base, um, you'll eventually run into this swamp. And I just kept searching until I found this witch hut. It was partially buried in the side of this mountain. You can see I've already started digging this away quite a bit. My plans is to go 32 blocks away from the witch hut in every direction and kind of level the land out. And you can see I've started kind of filling in this area here. The cobble represents 32 blocks out, so that's going to be my goal, is to fill in the areas that are low. And this is going to be a huge challenge, removing this mountain, um, to level it out. But my plan is to use most of the resources from leveling this mountain to fill in these empty spaces. I think that should work out pretty well. I shouldn't have to bring too many resources from the base. I don't even have a nether portal here yet. It's just a real basic. Basically, I found this and started working on it. So we're gonna have to get another portal out to here. That's what this platform is gonna be for. Um, and then we'll focus on actually building something. My goal with the witch farm is it's not going to be an XP farm at all. It's strictly to get what witches drop, which is sugar. I believe it's glowstone and redstone. And they have the possibility of dropping potions, but I think that's only if you're attacking them while they're drinking it. So it'll probably be some sort of drop farm. I'm not sure exactly what yet. I have a lot of work to do before I even get to that stage. So that's the plan, guys. That's what I'm going to be working on these next, probably couple episodes. We'll be leveling this out. I won't make you guys watch that. It's just going to be a ton of me digging things out and mining and all that sort of stuff. But once I get this all leveled out, then we'll start an actual tutorial on how to build kind of a witch farm. It'll use the same basic principles as our other XP farm and the skeleton farm do, but there'll be some variations in there since there's not an actual spawner here, and it's just the way witch huts basically work. It's just an area that only witches can spawn. So basically, this platform here that makes up the floor of the witch hut, the witches can spawn in that space. They can also spawn in the roof space here, but not the very top. So, not up there. So, what we'll basically do is we'll rip down this witch hut and just replace it with two spawning pads here and here. But that's going to come way in the future after I've secured all this. What I'll probably do is maybe half slab over the top of all this. That way no other creatures can spawn within this area, and that should give us some pretty good witch spawns if they're the only thing that can spawn within this 64 by 64 block basically. And we could go out further, but I'm just way too lazy for that. I mean, 32 by 32 is already, you could see this is going to be a huge job. So but yeah, guys, that's what I'm going to be working on. So if I run into anything interesting, I know there's a couple caves up here, but they're pretty basic and short, so nothing really of interest there. But if I run into anything interesting, I'll start recording again. Otherwise, I'm gonna level this mountain and fill in these valleys here. So, all right, until next time, See you then. Alright guys, so I just wanted to give you a progress update on clearing the landscape here. So for you it's probably been seconds since the video paused and I stepped away. For me it's been about 4 hours worth of work. And you can see we're about half done. We've got this side of the mountain cleared, and you can tell just how high it was by how deep we went there, and I took all the resources from that and used it to fill in this section that was really low over here, and you can tell I've just whatever I've had, that's what I've been using to fill it in. I think all I have left, to be honest, of that is what you see there. Two and 3/4 stacks of dirt is basically all I have left. I'm not going to fill in this top layer because I think I'm going to rip this out and put in half slabs to make sure mobs don't spawn over here. So I'm going to avoid putting in that layer right now. But yeah, we're getting there, guys. It's going to be quite a while, I think, still. I did manage to get the nether portal hooked up, so this is hooked up to our nether portal transit system, which that needs some work too. This is still quite a distance from our main base, even through the nether, so but it's better than hiking all the way back. So you can see I've got quite a bit more work to do here, so I'm gonna get to it, guys. And I've also put in this little row right here of wood. Basically what that shows us is where we're gonna end up putting the area that we stand in, because we need to be 24 blocks away from the witch hut in order for them to spawn. So this is 24 blocks away right here. This is 32 blocks away. Anything past 32 blocks, mobs start to despawn. So that's why we're going 32 blocks out and 24 blocks here. So ideally within this range is where we want to stand. So this is where we'll build our collection room, and where we'll kill the witches somewhere in this area. I've also got an idea for a shifting floor design for this, but we definitely need to get all of this cleared away first and filled in before we even start on the harvesting part of this. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to try to get this all squared away. Hopefully the next time I see you guys, we'll be standing on some flat land here. Maybe I'll have it half slabbed, maybe I won't. We'll just see. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Farm at this point, but well, frankly that got a little bit boring, so I decided to go caving instead. And Matt's here with me again. Say hi. Yeah.
What's up? Again.
So actually what we're about to show you is something that Matt found. He actually managed to, off of one of the mine shafts, find an abandoned mine shaft.
Oh yeah.
So, and in that abandoned mine shaft we found a scary spider farm.
Yes, poisonous.
Poisonous spiders. So
Yeah,
we've actually hooked it up to the nether transit system already. But once we get there, you can see it's not very far from our base, and you can see that obviously we've done quite a bit of work here. There's redstone everywhere. Yeah, you know what? I didn't record me doing this. I mean, most of this is pretty... I mean, I don't want to call it basic redstone, but there's tons of tutorials on the internet on how to do it. So, I mean, if you guys really want me to do a tutorial, I'll do it, but otherwise I'm just going to show you what we've done.
Probably a smaller version, too.
Yeah, there's probably a better way to do this, definitely, but like I said, kind of a redstone noob over here, so...
We're not perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So let me give you the coordinates of this. It's x -677, z 44, and we're at y 25 feet right now. The actual spider spawner is right in here, and obviously it did not look like this. We came down in here and did a lot of work. It was just a spider spawner in a part of the mine shaft. So what we've basically done is we have water along this wall. It's a 4 wide away from the spider spawner in every direction. We've got water flowing down to a central canal that we have coming this way, and you can kind of see it there off in the distance. And obviously we needed to find a way to get rid of these spiders, and you can't really use a drop method with them. You could if you made it 3 wide, but we couldn't really do that because we're already at y equals what, 21 at this
21.
level?
Yeah, 21.
So we couldn't really drop them without fear of hitting bedrock. So we decided the next best thing would be to lead them to a central point and then crush them, which is where all this redstone comes in up here. So when we flip this machine on, which we're not going to do yet because it's going to be really loud and obnoxious, basically it's going to turn on this torch right here, which is going to power this clock. This clock sends a signal to this piston clock that's in here. Now every time a red block is facing out on this square right here, which I'll demonstrate in a second, the crushing arm will be down. Anytime a glass block or an empty block is there, the piston arm will be up. So you can see it's locked down right now because we have one of the redstone blocks here. So Matt, go ahead and flip that switch. It's going to get pretty loud, but you can see it starts to turn. So it's still locked, and now it's open. You can see I have a repeater there that's feeding the rest of this redstone. It actually runs right above those, and this is the effect that you get. So it gives them just enough time to get down here, and then it tries to smash them, which it's actually quite good at doing. So now that there's a couple down here, you can see it's doing its thing. And it doesn't always get them all the first time, but the nice part about this is you can definitely go AFK here. And the reason why we have those little pauses in there is so that more of them can get under it. So now they're getting suffocated. We've got hoppers under there, so it's feeding. There's actually 5 hoppers here, 3 for that. There's one back in the wall there. There's a block there. Another hopper, and then that feeds into this chest. And you can see we're starting to get some string here. I think we got some spider eyes out of this too, right?
Yeah, I got some in my inventory.
Yeah, so it's actually quite
Oh,
effective.
whoa, whoa, Dave, behind you. Oh,
Oh, scary spiders in the wall glitching. So we have this little area because getting the torches out of here was fun. I don't want to talk about it. It was not a good experience.
you're a guinea pig.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually fill this in because we don't want them glitching through that wall. But yeah, it definitely wasn't fun. Had to take one for the team and take a death, but you know, whatever works. So you can see they get pushed under there, they get crushed, we get string. String is going to be very important for a future project. I'm going to turn it off for now because it's kind of hard to hear with that on, but string is going to be very important for the witch farms. That's kind of why we came down here hunting for string anyways, and the spider spawner was just kind of a bonus. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, I think. I mean, piston clock, regular clock. Like I said, I could do a tutorial on this if you guys really want me to, but really it's just basic stuff that you can find on the internet. So yeah, that's it. Matt, you have anything you want to say?
Oh, nothing, man.
you're-
I mean, you
you're
did
good.
all the work on it.
Yeah.
I just cleaned out the area. I just
Yeah, Matt is my mining apprentice, I guess we would call him. So I do the
survival.
I do the redstone work. He does the mining work, and we get along fine that way. So, but yeah, that's it, guys. Spiders like to climb walls a lot, so they will not come down here willingly. Which we tried a bunch of different ways to get them to just come down using like glass and stuff like that.
the water.
Yeah, we tried making the walls completely out of water. Doesn't work. But the latest one, which does seem to work, is we put signs on the wall. Now, not everywhere on the wall, but about, if this was the room right here, we put them one up so that they had one block of room, and then that block right there would be a sign all the way around the room. And it seems like, from what we can tell, it seems like it's working. We're getting a lot more spawns that are actually ending up down here. I mean, if we're actually running around outside, they obviously try to track us and go up the wall, but they still seem to end up down here. So, I want to call this new version a success, but I think we're going to need to do some more testing.
Yeah, don't hold your breath.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've gotten quite a, well,
I took him out.
Ah, you took him out. Now we'll never know how much was in the chest.
It was a bunch, like 20 stuff each.
Alright, so, but we are getting stuff in the chest, so it's obviously working. It just, I mean, you could see right now there's a bunch of them waiting to get crushed. Let's see what happens.
There you go.
I think maybe they're, now they're going to be stuck, but at least that one is stuck on top.
No, he's down now.
Good, good. Yeah, I mean, you can see there, but this was kind of happening last time too, so we have our doubts as to whether this is actually fixed or not. But it seems like it's working better than before, definitely. So, I think we're going to roll with this for now, and we'll just see what happens. Hi guys, so revision 2 of the spider farm didn't work out all that great. I think we were on the right track with the signs on the walls, but it still seemed like unless we were to pepper the wall with signs, like do the entire wall, because right now basically the spawner is like 2 levels above, and I would break that open, but trust me, it's not a good idea. So if the spawner was right here, there's 2 levels below it, and then about 4 levels above it, and we only put signs right above the spawners, so they would jump over the signs, get to the wall. It still really wasn't working out, and we weren't getting very many spawns that came down here. So what I've done, and you can see Matt's gone for the night, so uh-oh, we've got spider problems. Spider problems. How did you get out? How did he get out? Somehow come from over here. Okay. I think he snuck past one of the pistons because it's off right now. So I think he was over here. Somehow got up in there. But yeah, regardless, you can see there's more spiders right now. I've made some changes. And basically the way it's set up now, and I'll use the glass block to demonstrate. So if the spawner is on this level, where's flight mode when I need it? I've put a floor on that same level, so there's only 2 levels below it, and this wall is peppered with signs. Same thing with the floor above it. There's only 2 levels above it. This wall is peppered with signs, and the water flows over this level and drops them down. So now there's not as much room for them to jump, and it seems like I'm getting a lot more spawns that actually make it down to the end, because we were getting a lot of spawns before, but they were all getting stuck on the walls and no one would make it down to the end here. So let's turn this on, and we'll call this the version 3 test of the spider spawn, and we'll see what we get, because what we were getting is we'd get a lot of them in the beginning because we had been working and they'd aggroed us, but then you couldn't AFK at this farm because none of them would come down after that. So ideally I should be able to stand here, these guys should get crushed, then when they're gone, sorry about that, more of them should come. So after this guy we'll see if any more come. He's the last one that could have possibly been aggroed from before. So if we get more, which it looks like we are, definitely not as many as we were having before, but I mean we've lost some spawning space because of that tactic, but I think not allowing them to jump up on the walls is actually going to end up helping us. So are we going to get any more? That is the question. do it, spiders. Make your way down. There we go. I mean, we've got more, so they're definitely still coming. So you could AFK at this. I mean, I don't know if the rates are going to be that good. With the spider ability to climb, it's really hard to make an effective farm for them. So let's see if we get any more. There's one definitely coming there in the distance. Where are you at, buddy? I see you. Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely working as an AFK farm now. So I think version 3 of this farm is definitely the way to go. And like I said, that's, let me see if I have any. Well, I'm not a science, so, but you kind of get the point. If I don't want to dump water in here, but if this is the back wall right here, so there's a wall coming out at the level of the spawners. This is all signs along this wall, all the way around the room. Our water bucket is dumped along this wall here, pushing them this way. So really, they only have. I only gave them 2 levels instead of 1 because I didn't know if they could spawn on a block with flowing water, and I don't think they can. So really, they only have this 1 level with the signs all the way around the room to spawn, and then 1 level above. It's basically 2 spawning pads. So, and then at the very end here, it goes 8 blocks out on the 2nd level, and then there's a slit for them to drop down into. So, yeah, let's go back over there and make sure that they're still coming. But I think this version is a lot more effective. Come on, somebody come down here. I'm gonna eat a potato. Anyone? Come on. Come on. Well, we definitely got almost a stack of string out of that, so it works. It's just not reliable. Anyone? No one? No one's coming down this way? You guys are all stuck up there? Yeah, it looks like this version still has issues, so. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Alright guys, so I think the lesson to be learned from this entire thing is, with spiders, the less wall that they have to climb on, the better. So, made a final revision to this, and you can see it's just this, this end canal here. I've brought it down as far as I can with cobble here, so that they have less space to wiggle around. Now, it doesn't really seem to be extremely effective if you go away from the keyboard at it. I mean, you'll get 1 or 2 spiders that make it down here, but it seems like it's a lot more effective. Like, I've just been standing here for a little bit. These guys are coming down on their own. But if you take a nice little walk up and around here every once in a while, it seems like you'll get a lot more spawns that actually make it. And maybe it's just because you're moving around, and maybe if I just was patient, they would all make their way down here. But see what I mean? Like, we're getting more spawns. We've got 4 of them now from me running around up there. It just seems to be more effective from the tests that I've done. It's kind of hard to test with a spider farm. If you're going to build something like this, I really advise that you, if you can, build it on peaceful, because dealing with getting poisoned every 10 seconds while you're building this is not fun. As much as you light up the room and, you know, stop the spawner, eventually you're gonna have to turn the spawner off to test it, and when you do, it's just not fun. So, like you can see here, it doesn't look like there's very many of them making it down here right now, but I bet if we take a run around, I mean, we can hear them still spawning in there. So if we take a run around here, then take a nice run back, I bet you we'll have more down at the chute here. Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely working the way well, for what I needed. I needed a lot of string, and that's definitely what it's providing. This was kind of just a side project on the way to the witch farm, so it's definitely getting me more than enough string. I think I have 4 stacks back at base now. You can see I've got 34 on me alone, plus what's in here. So it's serving its purpose. It doesn't really work as an AFK farm. So in retrospect, I probably could have not built this huge clock mechanism and just had a lever here that when a bunch of them came, I just flipped the lever and it suffocated them. But you know what? Clocks are cool, so I'm gonna keep it, and we'll roll with this, guys. But I wanted to give you an update and you know, just let you know that things always don't work out the first time. I know we made some adjustments to the XP farm and it works great now. So I think this spider farm is going to be an ongoing project to try to get working correctly, so that you can just go AFK at it. But for now, at least it gets you string, which is what's important, and spider eyes. So, alright guys, that's it for this episode. I know this is kind of a longer one with some mixed stuff thrown in here. An unexpected spider farm, as one might put it. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Let me clean this stuff up, and I'm going to head back to base. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.